Hello everyone, it's time for another Chequamegon chat. We've been quiet for a while, so I thought we'd come online with just a quick update and then a couple of announcements here today. As always, I'm Walter Gursky, Vice Commander of the Sons of American Legion, Squadron 90 here at Ashland, Wisconsin, and I'm here with
Jason Janicek, the Post Commander for Chequamegon Memorial VFW Post 690. And again, we're coming here from the Chequamegon Veterans Center here in Ashland, Wisconsin. And like Walter said, just wanted to just have a few informal little updates and keep some people up to speed on things. One of the most important things is a project that the SAL has been leading, our howitzer restoration. Can you bring us up to speed on that, Walter?
Sure. So, yeah, the SAL has been working over the last year, or really a couple of years, to get the restoration of the Model 1912 4.7 millimeter howitzer that's been sitting down at the Memorial Park down by the band shell here in Ashland. For as long as anyone can remember, we've been working very hard to get that restored. And we have, as far as the actual restoration of the weapon, that part is basically concluded now. We've got it sandblasted, powder coated, the wheels are on and attached. We're going to touch up the paint on the wheels, but beyond that, we're pretty much done. It is back down by the band shell, and we are going to be looking at, we're thinking sometime around Labor Day, within a week or two of Labor Day, either direction, depending on how scheduling can be worked out, for a formal rededication there. So make sure you keep an eye out for that. And of course, we just had a unveiling in the 4th of July parade. We managed to bring it through there on the back of a flatbed. So
I think there's kind of a neat family relation backstory to that too, with the restoration.
Mhm.
I just want to touch on that real quick. I mean,
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of neat.
Yeah, so the reason for the project actually was my grandfather, Gerald Gursky, Jerry. He passed away in early 2020, just before the pandemic hit. And during the funeral there, one of the photos that was gone through when we put together memory boards with my cousins was one of him and my Uncle Bob, who's also a U.S. Marine Corps veteran. And they were painting the cannon back around, it's undated, but we're assuming probably the late 80s, early 90s, somewhere in that neighborhood. And they were both active members of our post here. My grandfather is a former commander of the VFW and the Legion too. And yeah, so that kind of gave me the idea that that would be a good project for the Sons to put together and work and restore it. Originally it was just to put a new coat of paint on it, but inspection there revealed it needed a little bit more than that. So that kind of got the ball rolling on a full-blown restoration project.
Yeah, and it's looking really good down there in US 2, and I have to admit that the new shade of green looks a lot better than the Battleship Gray, I will have to say. But yeah, so you're definitely in the parade. I think it was a big hit in the parade.
Yes.
Thanks to Mark Possible Towing for
providing that, providing the vehicle there and driving us along there, and also to Chris Redding at Fastlane Motorsports for doing such an excellent job on the sandblast and powder coat.
So when you're driving down US Highway 2 by the band shell, make sure you look at the cannon there. And there's still more to come for that, so just stay tuned, watch our Facebook pages for that. But speaking of the 4th of July parade, not only did you have the cannon, but some of your members were riding with the cannon too.
Yes.
But you also had our buddy back here with you too.
Yes.
I just want to bring attention to a little bit. This ensemble here, we had our World War II Army Air Corps pilot, and now we have a World War I doughboy. And most of the stuff is from your personal collection, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Just want to talk us through a little bit of what makes this distinct.
Sure. So he is wearing, it's an original model of 1912 U.S. Army uniform for an enlisted man. So he has a collar insignia for an engineer, which has always had a bit of a personal note for me because both my father and my grandfather were U.S. Army combat engineers. And he otherwise is wearing, he has his gas mask bag here. He's wearing a dismounted cartridge belt. The holster here is the correct height, but it is a post-war version. It's in black, which that came about after World War II. It would have been brown originally, but that's just what was available to throw on there. I have a World War I holster, but the loops to fit it on the pistol belt had broken off, so we just had to make do. And otherwise, he's also, of course, he's wearing the Doughboy helmet also, the Model 1917 steel helmet. And then the big thing there, and I'll put a picture up too, is he is wearing 3 distinct decorations. He's wearing a World War I Victory Medal, which is possibly connected to the 32nd Infantry Division from the clasps that are on it. And there's no way to tell for certain, but it's reasonable with, again, the clasp showing where the individual that earned it had fought during the war. With the second one is a Wisconsin Mexican Border Service Medal, and that would be issued to anyone from the Wisconsin Army National Guard who took part in the expedition after Pancho Villa. Our local guard unit here did deploy down for that, although as far as I'm aware, I do believe they actually stayed guarding the border itself. They did not cross over into Mexico. And actually that's notable for this also because the cannon itself, while they did not deploy these cannons into World War I in Europe, I do have photographs of them being used in that expedition. So it's actually quite possible that that is the reason that we have that cannon here, is actually to connect to that. I've never been able to find that out for certain either. And then also he is wearing the City of Ashland World War I Victory Medal, which is just an interesting thing. A lot of communities actually did have their own medals for their own returning veterans at the end of the war. So it's just neat to have something like that that kind of ties it down. Essentially we go from national to state. We have things connecting to national, state, and local all on there, which is just kind of neat.
Yeah, and that city medal, we actually have one here in the Chequamegon Veterans Center archives, in our display cabinet. They're minted and put out by the city of Ashland for all the returning vets. The one that we have was given to Stanley Solowata. I can't pronounce. I missed his name. We'll have to edit this section. It was given to Stanley Soliwota, and I cannot pronounce his last name. I apologize for any family members out there. And that was donated to our post several years ago, many years ago, in fact. But yeah, so he rode in the parade too, and just a little more set background dressing in here in our day room at the Chequamegon Veterans Center. Speaking about the day room here, our library. As you can see, we have a little bit of library, we have some more, but we had some recent donations that we're very appreciative of, and we just want to bring attention to them. So I think you want to talk about these first ones first?
Sure. We had two books here. They are both by Mike O'Connor, and they're both regarding local military aviation, well, statewide military aviation. One here is Badger Aces, and that one is covering various fighter aces from the state of Wisconsin. And then we also have Ace of Aces, the Dick Bong story, which of course is about Major Richard Bong, the top scoring U.S. fighter ace of all time, with 80 confirmed air-to-air victories, and he really needs no further introduction than that.
I think he had 40.
What's that?
40.
Oh, was it 40? I might have mixed up my numbers, so forgive me.
I'm pretty sure he had 40. We'll go with that. It's not too often I get to catch. I think he was just doing that to test me on that one. But no, he had 40 air-to-air victories in just 2 years of combat. December 42 to December 44 before he was pulled out of combat. Obviously, anyone who's probably 40 years of age or older can remember the P-38 driving across U.S. Highway 2 in Poplar there. Another book that we had was kind of interesting. It's called The Very Best We Had, written by Joseph Nemers. He's a retired officer of the United States Army. It's about 4 service members that served in the United States Marine Corps, all from the same hometown in Illinois, and all that died in Okinawa within weeks of each other, without knowing they were there, all in separate units. What makes this unique to the Chequamegon Veterans Center here in Ashland, from hometown Illinois? Well, one of the individuals is the uncle of a local citizen, Don Jaskowiak, Aki as most people know him, and so his uncle is featured in this book, and Aki is the one who donated this to the Chequamegon Veterans Center Library, so thank you very much, Aki, for this donation. He even got it signed by the author, so we appreciate that very much. So that's a couple new additions to our Chequamegon Veterans Center Library. I think we have a couple other things coming up. At the end of the month, we have our Brat Fry, because our Chequamegon veterans are in the middle of our fundraising season. And it's the second year that we're doing our Brat Fry fundraisers down at Taste of Wisconsin. We have our second of 3 on July 29th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., so come on out. This year our proceeds are going to Camp Benesi over in Bayfield. It's a Gold Star and Family of Veterans retreat on the shoreline of Lake Superior. You can go online and read about it, Camp Benesi, about what they are. And we hope to have a little more information on Chequamegon Chat coming up about Camp Benesi itself. A little update on last year's fundraiser. We supported the UW Missing in Action Recovery and Identification Project. And here's our brochure right here. We ended up sending, I believe, just over $4,200 to them from our Brock Fry. So thank you very much to the Ashland community for that. A little update on that project. They are still very active. Last year when we were doing the fundraisers, they had a team in Belgium working on, I think, a bomber crash site. They are back in Belgium this summer again, working on another site. So we're very excited about that. Also, all the money that that sends to them goes actively to something that is actually being done. So go online, Google UWMIARIP, or it is mia.biotech.wis.edu. Read up about them. Donate them if you have the money. It's a good place to send your money. Bring them home. That's what we say. So that's coming up. We're excited about that, Brat Fry. We also have a few other things that we'll talk about. We've been talking a lot about our upcoming Vicksburg program. I think we did that Manila one, February, March?
February, March, back in the spring.
That was exciting to do for those of you who watched it. Being that we're in the 160th anniversary of the pivotal year of the American Civil War. We had wanted to do one, and we selected the Vicksburg campaign. So that's in the works. We hope to have that out sometime this summer still. And if you enjoy that. But there's another project that we're really excited about. I'll let Walter talk about that a little bit.
Yes, so we are in commemoration of the 80th anniversary coming up next year. We are going to, in much the same vein as our project on George Barr and the Doolittle Raid last year, going to be having a event presentation about the Normandy Landings, also known as Operation Overlord or simply as D-Day. We're going to be trying to combine as much of the local history into it as we can, to try to add a bit more unique flavor to the presentation. And research has begun on that one and some of the planning and preparation phases, so looking forward to that.
Yeah, and I know there's a special component we're looking for that we can use some help on.
Yes, so we're actually hoping that members of the community can reach out to us with whatever they have as far as local stories, whether it be that you are perhaps a veteran of the Normandy Landings or campaign yourself, someone in your family was, and you have stories, even just small blurbs, anything is of value, or perhaps you or someone you know remembers being here at home and reading about it in the daily press, hearing it on the radio, or anything similar. Anything of that nature would be greatly appreciated, and this video will be posted on Facebook, of course, so you can always contact us through that. There will also be some other ways to get a hold of us listed in the YouTube description of this video. So anything that's available, we would be much appreciative of.
Yeah, we definitely want to tie in that local connection, because that had such a all across the country, people were waiting for that invasion and stuff. So yeah, we're excited for that. I guess it's pretty much. I already have my winter reading list set up to kind of prepare for that. For those of you that remember our Doolittle Raid / George Barr presentation, we kind of be on the same lines there. But we have a lot of exciting things coming up. We're hoping to have some more historical presentations of different natures here at the Chequamegon Veterans Center later this summer and this winter. So keep your eye out for that. Other than that, I just want to make one final little pitch. Obviously, the tenant organizations of the Chequamegon Veterans Center, the VFW, the American Legion, and the related organizations, we're always looking for new members to come get involved. If you're an honorably discharged military veteran, and you're interested in either American Legion or VFW membership, go ahead and contact us through our Facebook page, either the Chequamegon Veterans Center Facebook page or the VFW Post 690 Facebook page. And the SAL is probably looking for members too.
Absolutely. So Sons of the American Legion, we are an organization which consists of male descendants of honorably discharged U.S. veterans. and as well as which can be either deceased or active members in good standing of the American Legion. So if anyone's interested in that, we do a wide variety of programs ranging from the cannon restoration. We provide various assistance at a large number of veterans events, and plus we do some entertaining events, like we have an annual members retreat, which typically involves essentially a day out in the woods and camping and things of that nature. So I mean, we've kind of got a little bit of everything. So we're always looking for more members on that level as well.
And also for the American Legion Auxiliary, which takes spouses and female direct line family members of military veterans. Also, if you're interested in Legion Auxiliary, you can just message us to Chequamegon Veterans Center, and we can put you in touch with someone there. But no, yeah, the Sons do contribute a lot, and we at the VFW and Legion appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to your movie nights coming back again.
Yes.
I haven't been able to make a lot of them, but they have been entertaining. Obviously, that's just a fun, again, another benefit of being a member of one of the tenant organizations is that. I don't know if we have really anything else.
No, I think that's about all we got.
Okay. Well, again, thanks to community for all your support. July 29th, come look at us down in Taysom, Wisconsin. Buy a brat, support a good cause. And I guess until next time, thank you again.
And do keep an eye out for the annual All Veterans Picnic. That's going to be coming up in the middle of August as well. And that's free and available to any local veterans and their families that want to come out and just have a good day with some lunch, live music, and all that for free. So
and that'll be usually at Second Landing out there.
Second Landing.
Out at the Second Landing off of US Highway 2 and Recto Road. So.
Yep, I think that's it. So,
okay.
no, thanks for watching, and we hope we'll see you at some of our events.